What's up, boys and girls? Thanks for stopping back by the channel again, right here with the Rust Belt Mechanic. Got just a little bbit of a video to show you guys tonight. Things have been a little bit crazy. Work's been crazy. Weather's been crazy. If you don't understand, you know, all these, the beginning of these YouTube channels, everybody has to say, oh, look at the weather. The weather's been crappy, weather's been good. Who cares what the weather's been like? Just show us our damn content. Well, the content for you guys today is getting rid of your rattle in your Chevy truck. Everybody's got that standard steering wheel rattle. You feel it over little bumps all the time, and today I'm going to be taking care of mine. I know it's the steering wheel carrier bearing, or the steering column carrier bearing, so I'm going to show you guys how to replace that one today, and maybe a little bit other content that has to do with the suspension components are getting coated over at the paint shop today. Stay tuned. So I picked up this little bad boy. It is a Dorman Solutions part 905-512. It is a steering column bearing for a Chevy truck. Everybody doesn't know, you got a Chevy truck, well, I guarantee you've gone through this at least once. A lot of people, they replace their intermediate shaft thinking that's what it is, and in a lot of other Chevy vehicles, that is the issue normally. Well, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't on these Chevy trucks, but more often it's these little bearings. So, let me get this box open here, show you guys what it looks like. So, this is your steering column bearing. You look inside of here, it's got a nice little bearing that's able to turn. So what we're going to do is we're going to separate our column right where the intermediate shaft goes into the upper end of the column under the dash, and we're going to get to that and show you where this part is. Alright, we'll see if we can see what we're looking at here. So, right up in there, you see that little bit of green right there is the steering column carrier bearing, and then it goes down to the steering column intermediate shaft. So what we're going to have to do is there's a nut and a bolt right there on the intermediate shaft. We're going to take that nut out so we can drop the intermediate shaft down off of there, and then we're going to take that carrier bearing out. So these are the pretty much two tools that you're going to need. You're going to need a ratchet, some extensions with a 13mm and a 15mm wrench. It's just a bolt and a nut, as you can see right here. 13mm on the bolt end, 15mm on the nut end to get the intermediate shaft loose from the steering column. So we'll have a look up here, see if we can see what I'm talking about. Everything's kind of in the way. Of course, let me grab a light. So, we got the steering shaft loose. There he is. All separated from that point. And the biggest thing you're going to want to make sure that you do is not lose track of where your steering wheel goes. Your steering wheel has a clock spring in it. Up in this area for your airbag, your steering wheel controls if you had it, it's a coil winding of wires. If you lose track of that, you're going to lose steering angle position, and if you really spin your wheel, you're going to mess up your clock spring, rip that ribbon and wiring, and it's not a good day. So make sure you pay attention to where your steering wheel is. Don't let it go spinning around everywhere, and just pay attention to that. So I got the old one out, and there's not really a whole easy way of doing it. How it goes into the sleeve of the column, these two little tab ends, this is all covered up by the metal sleeve of the actual column. These two tabs are kind of held in there by a couple of detented areas inside the column. So all you're going to need to do is get a little flathead screwdriver about on this point underneath the column and just hit it down. and that will release these two little tabs, which aren't on there all that hard, and it will come out. Halfway out, the bearing came apart, and as you can see, the bearing is, well, that loose. It's very loose. So this bearing was junk. I'm surprised it didn't fall apart even more. How you check that is the steering shaft goes through this, and it would be popping out of here. You can grab onto your column shaft right here, and if you have any play movement up and down, left and right, it's bad. So we're gonna get this one, and what you need to do is you need to make sure you lube this up here in the middle a little bit. It's gonna be a tight fit. I've done them before, and you're gonna have to get a little forceful on it, but still remember, it is plastic, it can break. So the fine line in between being a brute and genteel. So we'll get this put back up in there, and we'll see what kind of movement we have with the new one. So really there's no two ways around it, guys. There's no way to get a camera in here, my head in here, two hands in here, and show you how to get this thing pushed up there with enough effort. But I did get it back in place. The opening in the plastic part does go straight down, and then as you can see, we have no movement on the shaft. That's what you want. It is very tight. It's supposed to be very tight. If you have any play at all, that's what's making your noise. Really easy to reach under your dash and give that a check. So we're gonna get the intermediate shaft on. It's just reverse taking it back off, guys. You can handle that one. Well, it's getting to be a little bit less light out, so I got the truck all buttoned up. Noise is all gone, which is awesome. You know, it's really nice once you get something fixed. It took care of itself the first time, and we got her diagnosed and we got her taken care of. So we're gonna just hop on over to some footage that I took earlier, showing some of the BDS suspension components getting painted over at First Choice Paint and Body. Hope you guys enjoy what I'm doing with those. So here in the paint booth, we've got some of the components already strung up here, and I don't know if you can see it real well, but we've got a coating on here, an adhesion promoter for the stuff that we're putting on. The same Raptor bed liner that I did the whole truck in. So they've got an adhesion promoter, and that's the stuff we got sprayed on here, the top coat on there. So now we've got all of these main brace pieces coated and the skid plates coated. So now let's get these sprayed with the Raptor bed liner. Well, that's all I've got for you guys today. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, turn the little bell icon on so you get notified when I come out with cool and new awesome content for you guys. Go over and check out my Instagram page, Rust Belt Mechanic. I also have a Facebook page. Just get all that social medias out there and everything. Appreciate everything you guys do for me. I'm racking up the subscribers. We're keeping on going up and up and up. I really appreciate everybody who's given me support starting off. So keep the thumbs up. And you guys stay awesome. We'll catch you on the next video.